call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Kelly. Let's see. Here.
Here. Here.
Here. Rick.
Here. Okay, we'll move on to announcements, acknowledgments.
Excuse.
Oh, sorry, thank you. Go ahead.
Move to excuse Commissioner Bjork.
Support.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Kelly. Yes. Dempsey. Yes. Fournier.
Yes.
Kraut.
Yes.
Garrity. Yes. Rick.
Yes.
Okay, now we'll move to announcements, acknowledgments, communications, and reports. And we have an Arbor Day Proclamation. Whereas in the middle 1800s, the idea was brought forward to plant trees in an effort to beautify the countryside. And whereas the first Arbor Day celebration was held on April 10th, 1872, through the efforts of J. Sterling Morton, a newspaper publisher, who realized that trees would enrich the soil and maintain its moisture level. And whereas we have joined with other states in recognizing the great value that the planting of trees has on the environment. And whereas trees enhance the beauty of the city of Mount Clemens, cool and refresh our air, serve as buffers against the noise of our busy lives, improve our environment, and provide important educational experiences. And whereas the planting of new trees will be an expression of our commitment to future generations, and whereas the city of Mount Clemens enthusiastically takes part in the Tree City USA program by planting trees that enhance the beauty of our parks and community. Now, therefore, I, Laura Krapp, Mayor of the City of Mount Clemens, on behalf of the City Commission and all our citizens, do hereby proclaim Friday, April 25th, 2025 as Arbor Day in the City of Mount Clemens, and urge all citizens to join with me in recognizing the importance of preserving our environment for ourselves and our prosperity. Is there any other further announcements, acknowledgments, communications, or reports? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to adoption of the agenda.
Move to adopt the agenda as presented.
Support session.
I believe we need a motion to have a closed session added to the agenda. Is that correct?
If you would like to make that motion, and you
I
can
would
rescind
like
yours.
to make that motion.
I'll rescind my motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
Okay.
Then I will make a motion to add a closed session at the end.
Identify it's regarding the purpose versus Mount Clemens.
Privilege information.
Yes.
And it would be item 12. Nope,
Thank you.
sorry. It would be item 13.
Thank you.
We want to do commissioner comments before or after? Would you prefer?
I mean, we could probably do, I would recommend making it item 14 so that nobody has to
stick around for our
stick
commissioner
around unless
comments.
they really
Okay.
want to.
All right. So the motion then would stand as approving the agenda with the addition of a closed session for item 14 on the agenda. Is that sufficient?
To
Discuss.
Yeah. Executive session.
So that is the motion.
Is your support?
Support.
Okay. Did you get which one? Okay. All right. Any questions or comments about the amended agenda? Okay. Hearing none. Call the roll, please.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Dempsey. Yes. Fournier.
Yes.
Kraut.
Yes.
McGarrity. Yes. Rick.
Yes.
Okay. We'll move to public participation. This is the portion of the meeting where we invite the public to address the commission. All that we ask is that you come to the microphone and you give us your full name and your residential address. We invite anyone up at the microphone.
Ruby Stevenson, 69 Main Street. I just have one comment. What kind of conclusion have you come to about the parking, the coastal parking in the neighborhood, and has anything been finalized? And we need that information. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time? Okay. Seeing none, we will go ahead and move on to administrative responses to issues or questions raised during the previous meetings. Mr. Shipman.
At the March 17th, 2025 commission meeting during public comment, the following question was asked. What will the fine be on the parking tickets issued for parking on side streets around the post office? The city attorney is in the process of drafting the language to create the parking zone. The fine has not yet been determined. The city commission will have final approval on the parking fine before adoption. Next question was, can the city go above the Mount Clemens postmaster and speak to her boss about the parking problem in the surrounding neighborhood? It's for some background history. That has not only been attempted, as well as the city's reached out to all elected officials, including the federal level, to seek solution for the situation to no avail.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Shipman? Okay, we'll move to approval of minutes. I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve the minutes of the work session and general session as presented.
Questions or comments about the minutes? Call the roll, please.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Calhoun.
Yes.
All right, moving us right along. General business 9A, special event permit application, Pleasantrees consumption event. Mr. Shipman, I'll entertain a motion first.
Move to approve the resolution for a temporary marijuana event at Pleasantrees Cannabis Company on Saturday, January 7th, 2025. Is that June?
Must be
It says
June
January
7th.
here. It's
June 7th, yeah.
June.
It says
Okay.
it in the description. So.
All right.
Support.
Okay. And I will hand that over to you and also mention that we have a representative from Pleasantrees in the audience if anybody has questions. So, Mr. Shipman?
RJB Enterprises LLC, doing business as Pleasantrees Cannabis Company, is requesting approval of a special event permit pursuant to Section 15A of the city's marijuana business ordinance. Although the event is occurring on private property, the ordinance requires city commission approval of all temporary marijuana events via resolution. The event would take place on Saturday, June 7th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. The marijuana business ordinance grants representatives of the Macomb County Sheriff's Office the right during the hours of operation to inspect the permitted premises. State approval is also required for the event.
Okay. Questions, comments? Anybody got anything? All right. Call the roll, please.
Fournier,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
All right. We'll move to item 9B, approval of charitable gaming license for the Discovery Center.
Move to adopt the local governing body resolution for charitable gaming licenses for the Discovery Center.
Support.
Mr. Shipman?
The Discovery Center, formerly known as Macomb Children's Hands-On Museum, is a family-fun science site offering youth workshops, free downtown events, and educational activities for kids year-round. The center is requesting to conduct a raffle to raise money for operating costs. As a result, they must apply for a charitable gaming license from the state of Michigan and provide a resolution from a local government unit recognizing it as a nonprofit organization in the community. The Discovery Center is located at 54 Cherry Street in Mount Clemens and has been recognized by the Internal Revenue Service as a 501c3 organization since 2011 as the Macomb Children's Hands-On Museum.
Questions, comments? Okay, seeing none, call the roll, please.
Crop,
Yes.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Okay, moving to 9C, the confirmed appointment of our Recreation Director.
Move to confirm the city manager's appointment of Carl A. to the position.
Not all at once.
Recreation Director.
Yeah.
Can't even get that.
Wow.
You're up, she says.
All right, Mr. Shipman.
Sorry.
I know.
Sounds like it's going to be an easy one. Pursuant to Mount Clemens City Charter, the city manager's appointment of Carl Hay to the position of Recreation Director is being presented for City Commission confirmation. Mr. Hay has several years of previous recreation experience, which includes 1 year as a part-time coordinator for Mount Clemens Recreation. Prior experience includes youth, adult, and senior program implementation and management, grant writing, recreation consulting, budgeting, recruitment, hiring, training, and management of youth athletic coaches, referees, and volunteers. Mr. Hay is a resident of Mount Clemens and has strong ties to the community. Mr. Hay is administration's preferred candidate for this important role due to his background, knowledge, skills, and experience. Mr. Hay's annual salary will be $60,000.
Well, questions or comments? Yeah.
I think that Coach Hay will make a wonderful recreation director. He's personally had an impact on me when I moved here, and I spent a lot of time at the Carnes Community Center. Coach Hay was one of the faces that was always there, who was, I mean, you wanted to play sports, he was there, but also he's a great person all around to talk to. So I've got a lot of confidence in you to keep the Parks and Rec program going, and I'm really excited for this.
I want to mention when we first started talking about bringing recreation back to Mount Clemens, Carl was one of the first people that we leaned on to say, what do you feel as though the community needs, and what can we do to partner, and who can we bring to the table? And you've just been a great collaborator. You have a thirst for knowledge in I think all aspects of your life, and that definitely has lent itself to Mount Clemens. And I feel as though you have the right stuff to make that program extremely successful. And I hope that this commission supports you in all of those endeavors. And so thank you for taking the job. Anybody else?
Congratulations, Carl.
Probably has some good.
That's right.
Congratulate before the vote.
Let's just see how that
vote goes.
there's anybody who's on the
Fence.
on the fence about it. I have to say, the discussions I've had with Carl have been inspirational, both in terms of his practical skills, his vision, his connection to the community,
That's it.
and his care balanced with attention to detail. I mean, I don't think you can get anybody better. So I would encourage my fellow commissioners to vote yes.
Oh, okay. I think one of the things Carl really understands is that recreation isn't just about sports.
Yes, sir.
Right? It's about building community, making connections. So.
Okay, Carl, that's 4 hand claps now. I don't think in all my years here I've ever heard that many.
Just wait till the vote, then you'll really hear the claps.
All right. Anybody else? All right. Call the roll, please.
Just get that.
McGarity.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes. All right.
Now.
Carl, come on up. You come up to the microphone so people can hear you on.
I just want to say, I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate you both confidence, and I will do everything I can to make this city proud, as well as to get the city active and communicating with each other and having fun together. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
Caregiving.
Right. That was a fun one. All right.
Now moving on to a budget.
Yeah, now we're to 90.
That was the warm up.
Yeah.
Oh, now it gets fun.
The 2024-25 budget amendments. I'll entertain a motion. Yeah, you gotta get to the bottom there. Yeah.
I move to amend the City of Mount Clemens 2024-2025 fiscal year budget to cover the anticipated activity for the funds as presented in the attached summary of amendments.
That was a mouthful. All right,
Go.
Mr. Shipman, go ahead.
So this is a pretty large amendment. The good thing is it's because you do a lot of grant funding, which is always a good thing. There's a lot here to read in this cover letter. I could read it, or we could have Danielle stand up and just touch on the highlights and answer any questions for you. So I'll leave it up to you.
Now, if you give us a choice.
You want me to read it, right? I knew that's what you were going to say.
Hi everybody, it's nice to see everyone again. For those that don't know me, I'm Danielle Kelly. I'm a manager with Plan Moran, and I help the city of Macomb with their finances. So the majority of these amendments are to recognize grant revenues that have been awarded and we have a planned project for and the corresponding expense. So what I would like the commission to understand is that most of these projects that we're budgeting are probably going to cross the fiscal year. So we're budgeting the whole cost and revenue up front. And then once we end our fiscal year, we do our audit, we'll present you with an amendment to roll that money into the next year to provide for it. So just to have that understanding. It's the best way for us to do that, to cover ourselves, so not get an audit finding for being over budget, because we can go in thinking, okay, it'll be 60% done and ends up being 70% done. And then we end up with finding. So that's the idea behind that. The major projects within this amendment are the downtown revitalization project within the general fund, the water and sewer funds. To offset the general fund's contribution to that project, we are going to use the ice arena money that was received from the sale of the ice arena. We received about $3.9 million for that sale. So we're going to cover the general fund's portion of that of 1.9. So there's no cost to the general fund to do this project. Some other large items in there are the Macomb County Jail permit revenue that came in that was not budgeted for. We didn't know what that was going to be until the money came in. So you see that corresponding revenue with that expense to do those different inspections at code enforcement. Any other questions? Those are kind of the big ones on there. Oh, riverfront revitalization as well is on there. $2 million.
So I think you just answered one of my major questions was, so if we got the grant for which one was $5 million?
That's the downtown revitalization.
So we put the entire $5 million in as revenue and then one liner expense. We haven't spent $5 million.
No. You're right. We have the whole $5 million budgeted as an expense in this fiscal year. And then up top, we have the HUD funding as well as the ice arena bonds, and it nets out to zero.
Okay, so would we move into next year the revenue as well as the expense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We've only recognized the revenue as we spend it. It is a reimbursement-based grant.
I see. Okay. I have a lot of little questions. I might just meet with you to go through them. But on the ice arena, so what's with that difference? We left that in the ice arena.
Yeah.
Well,
So there's a capital project fund within the general ledger. So that money was derived from bond money from the taxpayers. So we cannot use it to just pay off the bonds. We have to use it for infrastructure projects. And it has to be held in a non-interest bearing account until it's spent. So we're trying to spend it as fast as possible. So that's why we're using the downtown revitalization match as part of that.
so we couldn't pay off the ice arena bond even if we wanted to?
No.
Or if they would let us?
No.
With that?
It's a legal thing.
Just so. So when the ice arena bonds do come due in,
29?
thank you, we would just take that out of the general fund then?
Yeah.
Because we will spend this rest of this $2 million that's in the ice.
Yes.
Because it can't. And actually, that was one of my questions. Why don't we have any interest on this?
Because we're not allowed to. Because it will trigger arbitrage, which causes a whole nother disclosure that we don't want to deal with. So it's easier for us just to put it against projects that benefit the city and then make the bond payment out of the general fund
Got
for
it.
the rest of the bond.
Interesting. Okay.
Easy.
Easy peasy.
I'm glad somebody has a finance degree up here.
Oh, that's funny. But there is a difference. Thanks. Those are my major questions. Can you just tell me, what was the 69,300 in community development? What did we do there that,
They only have like the really big ones messed up.
yeah, sorry. That's why I say a lot of this I'm just going to wait. We'll meet. Even that we can,
So 69,000 community development.
yeah,
I see 25,000 for Department 701 Community Development and Planning Department.
sorry, must be, it's near the top of the detail under expenses, total, the right under manager, it says total community promotion.
Oh, that's to pay Hunch Free and one other vendor, I believe.
We didn't budget for that?
No.
No.
So we're amending the budget to.
Got it.
There's other things in there other than Hunch Free.
But primarily. So is the new Caterpillar front end, back end, something loader that's in
Front end loader.
front end loader? Is that in here? That's 140.
141,000. Yes, that's what she wanted.
Oh, good.
And that's what that's
Okay, good. And on the opioid money, that $20,000 that we, as an expense, there was a grant that covered that, right?
Yeah, so we get opioid money as part of the settlement year over year. There's a receivable that we get from the state. The state tells us they have a whole calculation. As these pharmaceutical companies settle, there's many of them that are settling. So every time they settle, they add to the receivable. We add it to our books. They'll tell us what our portion is. There's a whole state calculation you can grab. And so as those cash receipts come in, we recognize the revenue, we have the receivable up top, and then this is to recognize that expense of what you're going to spend that money on. There are stipulations on it. So that's why the nonprofit came in front of you and asked to use those for it.
So which grant was that?
It's not a grant. It's the settlement money for
Settlement money.
Yeah, settlement money. So there's very specific ways to spend it.
Okay. Did we already have the settlement money in the
Yes.
budget?
Yes.
Okay, but then we didn't have the actual.
Yeah, we didn't have the expense because we
Got
didn't
it.
know what was going to be.
Okay, got it.
But that money will come in every year for a number of years.
But we have not made an agreement with FAN any further than what money we have currently.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no,
Well, we should be able to budget it.
I know.
not really.
It's decided on.
We don't know how many more pharmaceutical companies. I mean, we don't.
Oh,
we as
so
well.
we don't know the number of the
No.
we would get, because whatever we get, we're giving back up. Basically.
Yes,
right?
We have so far.
We're like a pass through.
Yeah.
It's technically our money, but we have to spend it in a certain way.
Okay. Nope, that's it.
Anyone else?
Get them all.
All right. Okay. Call the roll, please.
Rip,
Yes.
Calhoun, Dempsey, Fournier,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Gary.
Yes.
Okay. 9E. Approval of a resolution designating Arbor Week and Arbor Day.
I need support.
Mr. Shipman.
Mount Clemens City Commission is requested to adopt the attached resolution designating April 20th through April 26th, 2025 as Arbor Week and April 25th, 2025 as Arbor Day.
Questions or comments? Call the roll.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Garrity,
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Okay, moving to 9F, purchases and payments.
Move to approve purchases and payments as presented.
Support.
Questions, comments? Mr. Shipman, there's no letter, so I'm assuming you don't.
Now, I mean, obviously, you knew the Grand Street project was coming up, so the bid came in for that, and that was very close to the engineer's estimate, which is always a good thing. And you see the front end loader on there, which was budgeted for next year, but it didn't make it.
Oh, you had it budgeted for next year.
Yeah.
Well, Lenny writes a very compelling story to get that new front end loader.
Yeah, and you probably saw the letter from the mechanic. I mean, it just wasn't worth it to put any money in it. But we seem to be going in that direction over Lenny's Way these days. It's just before replacement, things are dropping off and not making it. So
It's a good try though, Lenny.
It's not out here for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. When he's like operating as MacGyver with like duct tape and chewing gum and putting things back together, we cannot we cannot complain. It's an expensive purchases and payments this year, this meeting, but sometimes that's how it goes. All right. Any other further questions, Commissioner Calhoun?
It's been brought up several times, but Grand Avenue is getting done, and that's a huge deal. And so,
Hallelujah.
I know, to anyone on Facebook who's watching, it's getting done. I will leave it there. And we're all as excited as you are who live on that street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very, very good thing. All right. Any more questions or comments?
I'd just like to again thank city manager and staff for providing justifications when things like not going out for a bid is not an option, or when we have to make some choice beyond the lowest bid. I appreciate the time and effort that's been placed in providing justifications so that we know we're doing what's in the best interest of the city.
Excellent. All right. Call the roll, please.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Dempsey. Yes. Fournier,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Okay, moving to consent agenda.
Support?
Call the roll, please.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Okay, city manager's report, Mr. Shipman.
the next Historical Commission Speaker Series is scheduled for Sunday, June 22nd at 1 p.m. The event will be hosted by the Crocker House Museum, and the topic will be the history of Mount Clemens Rose Gardens. Registration for this free event can be completed at www.evenbright.com. The city's refuse contractor is now picking up yard waste throughout the city on your regularly scheduled refuse pickup day. Any questions regarding yard waste pickup can be directed to the Department of Public Services Office, 586-469-6847. The City of Mount Clemens has been named Tree City USA by the National Arbor Day Foundation. This is the 38th consecutive year that Mount Clemens has received this national recognition. City offices will be closed on Friday, April 18th, 2025, in observance of Good Friday. Refuse pickup will remain on schedule during the week. The city will be co-hosting a Shred Day event with the Mount Clemens Public Library on Saturday, August 2nd, 2025 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be held at the Mount Clemens Public Library, located at 150 Cass Avenue. This is a great opportunity for residents to dispose of their paper-only materials in a secure and environmentally friendly manner. This event is for Mount Clemens residents only, and library staff will be checking IDs prior to shredding. Mount Clemens Recreation has been busy putting together activities and programs for the summer season. Programs include an ice cream social, a senior barbecue, a summer youth day camp, a family dance, and many more. Please check out all we have to offer at www.mountclemensrecreation.org or follow us on Facebook. The City Clerk's Office mailed absentee ballots for the May 6th special election on March 28th. Please contact the Clerk's Office if you have any questions regarding voting on this election. The Made in Michigan show is back in downtown Mount Clemens for another year. Enjoy live music, shopping, and more. May 10th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and May 11th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. All vendors are local and parking is free. Come shop the Kids Business Fair.
Sorry.
Come shop the Kids Business Fair on May 10th between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. during the Made in Michigan Art Fair. Applications to participate in the Kids Business Fair are open through April 30th. For more information, please contact Michelle Weiss at 586-431-6788. And the Uptown Friday Night Concert Series starts on June 6th through September 12th. If you are interested in sponsoring a band, please call 586-431-6788.
Very good. Anybody have any questions or comments for Mr. Shipman? You're up, Doug. All right, we'll move to item 12, public participation. This is the second opportunity that we give the public to address the commission. All that we ask is that you come to the microphone, give us your full name, residential address, and you abide by our 2-minute rule. If you'd like to address the commission at this time, come on up.
Good evening, Nelson Jackson, 615 Wellington Crescent. I would just like to compliment and commend this commission for the unanimous support of Mr. Hay as the city recreation director. I'm sure that in years, months to come, that our recreation department will have new life. And certainly I'm honored to see you see tonight are more than warranted, because I know the young man and his enthusiasm of his heart for the city, children's. Okay, so yeah, congratulations to Mr. Hay, and a big thank you to the commission.
Mr. Nelson, thank you for calling him young. Is there anyone else at this time who would like to address the commission? Okay, seeing none, we will go ahead and move on to commissioner comments, and I will start with Commissioner McGarity.
Oh,
Sorry.
what a good evening. Congratulations to Coach, if I can still call you Coach Hayes. And that came from him making a big impact on my granddaughter. Not going to get emotional. You never know what kids are going through. And he received all children, seniors, middle age. It did not matter. He received them well, and he treated them like they were his children. And I go into Kearns Community Center enough, and I see it. I see people coming in. If they're hungry, he'll come to them. He'll give them resources. If there's something there, he will feed them. Everybody is treated like family. It is a community center. But I also would like to congratulate and thank your wife and your children for sacrificing you with all that time. Coach did a lot of his time, for those that are unaware, volunteering on his own time for a long time. But that was just the setup for where he had you for now. Who knows where he will take you from here. So congratulations again. And Mount Clemens is doing nothing but good. Every time we come to a meeting, it's something good. Yeah, we have our little problems, but the good is definitely outweighing the bad. So thank you for taking a position. Looking forward to some great things. I just want to share a few things. Page 12. Just teasing. I just want to share with you that, one of the things that I'm excited about, because I've never been to my prom, but on May 3rd, Kearns Community Center is giving a senior prom, 50 years and older. But it was given by our city manager. Go to the city website. Matter of fact, if you don't want to go, pay for a senior that you know and let them go. You don't have to, but pay for somebody else to go. Just make their day. All right. So that's on May 3rd. And then bingo night. I've done that. That's $2 a card. And that's every second Monday. And I think that's at 6:00 at Kearns Center. That's fun because it's like little children. We're all in there together and we win prizes, like real bingo night. And then I do want to share this Saturday at 10:00 at the Vercunian Building, which is kitty corner from the county jail, at 21885 Dunham Road. It starts at 10 a.m. Show Me the Money Day. It is extremely educational. It talks about everything you can imagine with your money, what you spend in, with where you should be, and more. And you could win some really nice prizes, but it's very educational, and it is free. This Saturday at 10:00 at the Vert Building. Sorry. I'm all set. I'm so full. I'm so thankful. I love my city. You guys love Mount Clemens? All right. I do want to end on the last. This is the most clappingest audience. I do want to end on this.
We're in the back, I think.
There was our mascot, and I saw the little commercial. What is it? Paddles? Going through downtown Mount Clemens, where people were complaining about, oh, we're not gonna have any business, what have you, and you could see paddles going in and out of the restaurants, the stores. Continue to visit downtown Mount Clemens. That's our city. Let's just keep it building, okay? I'm done. For sure. I'm done.
Thank you, Commissioner McGarity. Commissioner Fournier.
The one thing I thought I would say that you didn't touch on was the downtown. You got it in there.
Say it again.
Okay. I just want to say it was exciting to see the construction start, and I know it's there's been a lot of questions about the guy that's playing checkers with the little girl. You know why it didn't get moved, but he's covered up very nicely. Yep, he is wrapped well. But it's, you can't get to all the stores, the shops, the restaurants. Been down there, and my granddaughter actually finds it very entertaining. She wants to sit outside and watch the diggers and all that kind of thing. So it's very exciting. And again, thank you, Carl, for all that you've done for the city. And Commissioner McGarity was so right. I remember when we weren't paying Carl, but he was always there. And we really appreciate it, and I'm very happy for the city and for you right now that we're all part of this. And that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I feel like I should come up
Commissioner
with something
Dempsey.
else, but
To piggyback, congratulations. And I've had an opportunity to work with Carl over for our drug take back, which is the 29th of April at the Wilson Gym. And he was very accommodating to us to get it set up and everything. So I appreciate the response, which was really quick, and so do the rest of us. But that reminds me, all your drugs that you have that you no longer need, you need to get rid of. April 29th from 10 to 2 at the Wilson Gym.
All right.
So that's it. It's all
Thank
yours,
you.
Spence. I know you.
Thank you. Commissioner Calhoun.
Okay, so first of all, like everyone said, once again, congratulations to Coach and I guess now Director. Hey, so congrats, and really excited once again for the direction that the recreation program is going to go in. I want to give a shout out to the Mount Clemens Sadists for hosting a fantastic event at Clemens Towers this weekend. It was a painting and planting event, and so they had the seniors there, and they were painting flower pots, and it was a really nice opportunity for the folks who lived there to meet some new people and to have a good time. So they're always, the Mount Clemens Sadists are always in our community doing this event or that event. Sometimes they need volunteers. They post on Facebook a lot, so please keep up with them on Facebook and see if you could join them for one of their events. Sorry, I've got a long one.
It's all right.
Sure.
I can never give anyone flack for that.
Earlier this week, I think that was this week, I went to Smarter Mobility Program meeting that they had at the library, where they're going over the draft network plan. I'll save you all the details, and I'll just say that they have a website with a map of they're completely re-envisioning what public transportation looks like for our community and for Metro Detroit. It's a great thing. And so they have on their website, which is engage.smarter-mobility.org, you can take a look at the map.
Could have made that easier.
Huh?
Said they could have probably made that easier.
They could have made that. The dash is really a little cheaper to get that. But you can take a look at the map there. You can see they've actually proposed, instead of just one large zone that they had for their Flex program, they've split that into 2 zones, and there's now a Richmond Lennox zone. Mount Clemens is currently excluded from those, but hopefully, because we have Dial-A-Ride, which is a great program here, I personally am interested in looking to see what we can do to be included in that, and what we can do to improve public transportation for Mount Clemens residents, make it so that more people have an opportunity to utilize the service that we're more than happy to provide in this community. Lastly, at our next meeting, this is actually a little sad, but at our next meeting, I'd like to, as usual, as we've done for the past year or two, introduce a Workers' Memorial Day resolution, which is Workers' Memorial Day is on April 28th. Unfortunately, today, a worker at the Stellantis engine plant in Monroe County lost their life in a workplace accident. The importance of this resolution and of Workers' Memorial Day is that there are many people who are affected by occupational hazards, and that commitment to safety in the community is extremely important. So for, I think, at least my second year in a row, I can't wait to present this and have the commission support that again, hopefully.
Thank you.
That is all.
Perfect. Thanks. Commissioner Rick.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank everyone for attending. I love when these are well attended. Congratulations, Carl. You know you're doing it right when Mr. Jackson comes out to speak on your behalf. Thank you, Mr. Jackson, for coming out. But Carl, thank you for all you have done and all I know you will do. For anyone who has an issue they bring to a commissioner, city actions take time. The ship of state turns slow. It has to, or it runs the risk of running aground. If you think we are not acting fast enough, please reach back out to us to find out. It could be that it's with the lawyer, it could be there's a meeting coming up, it could be any number of things, or it could be we drop the ball. And that can happen too, but let us know. Let us work for you. If you don't tell us, we can't help. And if you don't follow up, it's on us to try and follow up too. But if we drop the ball on following up, at least reach back out. See if maybe we've already got an answer for you. With that being said, I'd like to thank the Historical Commission and the Crocker House for all that they do to remind us of where we came from and where we go and why it all matters. And if you're interested in serving on the Historical Commission, I'd like to advise you to check our website or contact our city by phone at 586-469-6800 for opportunities to serve on that committee or other committees or commissions. Lots of opportunities available to volunteer. Thank you.
Thank you. I will be having my regular monthly coffee talks. Tomorrow I have one at 9:30 a.m. at John's Family Grill. And then on Thursday evening of this week, I will have one at Black Cat Coffee at 6:30 p.m. So if you're interested in hearing what we're doing or you have some concerns, please feel free to join us. It's a great way to get caught up or just have some questions answered. I want to thank Christiana from Channel 7. She did a lovely report today on the downtown construction. I'd like to thank Mitch from the Macomb Daily for putting us on the cover for the construction, and I'd like to thank Dean from CNG for doing a coverage of the construction last week. So we've had some really great feedback about the downtown construction, and part of that came from our business community at our last downtown business meeting. We had many businesses who attended who talked about how kind and friendly and considerate the construction workers were being. We had them talking about how the curiosity of the public on what we're doing and how things are going and what we're improving really, I think, helped improve the traffic of who's coming to downtown. We even had several businesses that reported that their sales were significantly higher than last year at this time because of, they believe, the construction traffic. So it was a it's a very exciting time in downtown, and I don't expect it will be a super smooth. Construction never is, right? We're going to remember that we had some good thoughts about it when something comes up, because inevitably that happens. I'd like to take a second to maybe take off my mayor hat for a second and put on my mom hat. I have a senior this year, and so he's going to graduate. Thankfully, he's a great kid. He's going to graduate. But he was just acknowledged by Bassmaster and chosen to be one of 4 teams to compete in the Bassmaster National Championship this summer and represent Michigan. And so I'm really proud of that. So my son Jack will attend Adrian College, and he also was recruited by Adrian College to be on their bass fishing team. Who knew that there was a bass fishing team? And so I say that in that, you know, all of our kids are not going to be a basketball star or a football star, but we as parents and as communities can support their interests that can be different. And they can be celebrated, and they can be, they can achieve great things that maybe aren't on the path that everybody's familiar with. And I'm very proud to be a member of a community that celebrates all of that. And I want us in a world where maybe that isn't the case right now. I'm glad that Mount Clemens is still a safe place for that. And so I thank all of my commissioners for approving the special events permit for Macomb County Pride. And for I love today. And for all of the love for Coach Hay and for just being Mount Clemens. And that's an exciting thing to celebrate. So with that, I will entertain a motion for closed session, to go into closed session.
I move to go into closed session.
Really?
May I suggest some language for that?
I will.
To discuss attorney's opinion regarding the case of Mertens versus City of Mount Clemens.
So moved.
Do we have a support again? Support. Okay, and we will go into closed session in about 5 minutes. Oh, wait. All those in favor? Or do you have to do a roll? Okay, we'll do a roll call, please.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crap.
Yes.
McGarity.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Kilhoun.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Okay. All right. 5 minutes. You only have 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Oh, move this way down the table.
And we will move on to item 14, adjournment, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Support. Any questions or comments? That's a nice meeting. Thank you for the comment. I agree. All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Have a great night. Meeting adjourned.
Thanks for coming back.